What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am going to give you, as you can tell from the title, fantastic tips on how to work from home with children in your house. Let's jump into this video, and I do have my phone for notes, so don't judge me in my memory because it's really bad. Alright, so tip number 1, working while they eat. So this obviously might be common sense to you, but one of the best things, if they're self-feeding, so if they're like really little, then you can't really do this yet. One of the best things is to work while they're eating. Take advantage of that time where you can sit right in front of them. You can literally set your computer up at the dining room table or whatever it is you need to do and be right next to them while they're eating. But take advantage of that, because I know if you have a child like my baby, she is constantly grabbing my laptop. So if I try to work while she's like mobile and running around the floor, then she stands up and just like hits the delete and hits the exit. She finds like every single bad button to hit for some reason on my laptop. Number 2, do something educational with your child. That way they're using their brain more and they're getting a little bit more like tired easier, and it's more stimulating for them. So try to find something depending on the age of your child. Like for instance, Sedona is into sensory play right now. She is 11 months old, so we like to do like buckets of rice and let her play with that. And then we'll do like different color of rice, so we go over colors. And honestly, anytime I pull out something like that that's like really textured, or something that's like really using her like brain power, honestly, like numbers and stuff, she gets so tired and prepared for nap. Or I can just like get her to like kind of hang out and chill out and front of the TV, honestly, if I need to, and it's just a lot easier, and I don't feel guilty about it, because that's a big thing with working from home, is like feeling that guilt that you're ignoring your child basically. And so it just makes me feel better, and it will make you feel better if you do hit the more like educational activities first thing before you're about to do a workload. Number 3, find that one thing that your kids might just love and enjoy so much that it can distract them for that much needed extra time. So for instance, my daughter loves Daniel the Tiger, which is a TV show, and don't come at me with the I don't want my kid to watch TV thing, because I respect everybody's parenting styles. And the other thing she really loves, because this fits in her age group, is this activity table that she can stand and play. I mean, she can be distracted with that for 30 minutes almost to a full hour, which is a really long time for a baby to be distracted. So those are some of the better things that I can pull out and use to keep her entertained. So sometimes I'll just like set her down with some Cheerios and turn Daniel the Tiger on, just knowing that I have to get some work done. But it would have to be something that I don't have to like make phone calls or anything, because then they'll hear that it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood in the background. Number 4, take advantage of nap time. So if your baby is still in the age range where they're taking 2 naps, and that's lovely. I know sometimes you have to figure out what you need to do that's more important during nap time, but for instance, I like to do anything that requires me like making a phone call during nap time. That way I don't have her screaming in the background. Or if it's something like I don't know, something that requires like printing and stuff, or I have to like keep going back in another room, and I can't necessarily do that while she's up unless I want to keep like dragging her back there with me, back and forth. That is what I mean by taking advantage of nap time. Number 5, it's very similar to the nap time, but basically take advantage, write it all out, of all the tasks that you know you can do that day during the day while your child is awake. So for something as simple as just sending out an email or doing some data entry or whatever it might be, then you know, okay, I can do that when my kid's awake, because it doesn't require them hearing my voice or doing something that would be, you know, important for the kid to not be your distraction. But if it's something that you like really need to focus on, then you probably should plan that to do it right before you go to bed, or you know, after your child goes to bed, depending on the kid's age and how early they go to bed, obviously. So definitely try to plan everything around their sleeping, because that's going to be your most quality time to get things done, most likely. Basically, you just want to take advantage of your child's sleep time in general, but I know there's certain things that I can only do during nap time because it has to be done during office hours, and then there's certain things that can be done at nighttime whenever offices aren't open. Number 7, I think. I kind of just lost track because I wasn't paying attention to if I was counting or not, but I think this is number 7. So this one is going to be clear with your employer. So don't try to be sneaky that you want to work from home and that they think that you don't have any distractions. That's never going to play out well. One day they're going to want to FaceTime you and you're going to be like really deep in something like pumping and feeding your child and like 4 other activities that involve your kid, or they're gonna hear your kid screaming in the background. Don't lie to your employer ever about having a kid at home. I know there's a lot of places like Upwork, for instance, where you can like apply for freelance work and it's all work from home jobs, which is awesome. And I've used it before, it's great. But I 100% recommend never hiding the fact that you have a kid because you think it's gonna make you like less of a value to them or they won't wanna hire you, because honestly, it's been so nice to know that they already know that, because now my boss knows that sometimes I can't make it into a Zoom meeting, or sometimes I can't get a task done because she was teething all day, and they get it, like they understand and they totally respect it. So if you don't have an employer that respects that, then you probably should find a new employee or employer, because obviously that's something that's out of your hands and you just have to have people that can roll with the punches, I think is a saying. I'm not really good at saying things like that. Number 8, which basically ties everything together as what I'm saying, this is the number one thing, is I like to go by a clock schedule. So for instance, I like to know, okay, Sedona's gonna wake up by this time, and then by this time she's going to lay down for her first nap. So within that time frame, I know that I can get this, and this done during her wake up hours. I can get this, and this done while she's sleeping. And then I can get this, and this done again when she's awake. So it doesn't always go perfectly, but what I try to do is I just make like a physical checklist that I can check things off. I never ever was an organizer. I was never someone who had a checklist. I never had a task list, but recently as she's gotten older and she's like walking and a literal toddler at this point, I've decided that I needed to start taking myself serious with my, checklist and my organization, and it's been amazing. I 100% recommend it, even if it's just for your weekdays and not for your weekend. Unless you have a job that you can work on the weekend, I feel like that falls into the sleep. Get things done that you can do during the workday hours, and get things done on the weekend if you have extra help or whatever, like your husband's home or your wife's home or whatever it may be. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed these tips on working from home with your kids being there with you. I hope you guys stay tuned for my next video, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys.